Hey, everybody. So, before we start tonight's story, I just wanted to apologize for that weird extra section that appeared at the end of my last video. It wasn't there when I uploaded it, and it certainly wasn't recorded by me. So, I think somebody must have gotten into my account to try to mess with me. So, to be safe, I've changed my passwords and run antivirus on my computer. So hopefully that solves the problem, and that's the last that we see of Cherub EXE. Enough of you have seen it though, so at this point I'm just going to leave it up and consider it a learning experience. I do, however, appreciate the suggestions and critiques that some of you have given me, so I've tried to address at least some of them in tonight's video, and will continue to incorporate them in later stories that I record. Now, tonight we are going to be hearing yet another classic story. This one is from 2016, and it's entitled Instant Messaging. It happened on the 14th night of March, the night of my parents' 20th wedding anniversary. Looking back, it was a wonderful day, a sunny day, surprisingly warm even for being right before the start of spring. The beautiful weather was perfect, and them being married for 20 years was really a monumentous occasion for my family. So we had booked a table at our favorite Italian restaurant to celebrate. And of course, this was a formal occasion. So I had dressed in my best suit. I remember it was 5:33 and I had just been straightening my tie when my phone went off. I'd received a message. That's strange, I thought. That never really happens. So I checked my phone and it was from my mom. Now, it was just a jumble of numbers and letters, but through the vocabulary stew, I was able to make out a single legible phrase, "Please help me." It should go without saying that this worried me greatly. So I immediately responded, "Are you okay?" And just as instantly, I got another message, and this one read, "Oops, pocket dial." I sighed with all of the relief that I had, and I continued to prepare myself for dinner with my parents and my sister. But a few minutes later, I received yet another message. This time, it was from my dad. I checked the message, and yet again, a mixture of letters and numbers with the phrase, "Please help me," concealed within. Now, as creepy as this was, my dad was always a joker, so I just presumed he was messing with me. That is until I was sent another text saying, "Oops, pocket dial." Now this sparked a panic, a pure unmistakable panic. All right. Exactly half of a minute passed. Half a minute. Until I received the exact same two messages from my sister. "Please help me. Oops, pocket dial." This just could not be coincidental. It just couldn't. You know, I was in a state of sheer panic. I didn't know what to do. I just ran out of the restaurant, all right? I just ran. I ran an entire quarter block down the road before the first cop stopped me. And what he had to say, all he had to say was, "The main road's closed. There's been a huge car crash." As soon as I heard that, everything clicked in my head, and I realized exactly what had just happened. I don't know why I did this, but I demanded to see the wreckage. And what was more surprising to me was that the police let me see it. When I got there, it was not the remnants of the car that caught my eye, nor the flames. Oh, God. Oh, God. The billowing flames that were engulfing the vehicle. No. No. What horrified me the most was to see the lifeless corpses of my mother, my father, and my little sister. Later, I asked the coroner for an estimated time of their death. And she said that they were all instantly killed by the collision that occurred at 5:32 p.m. A full minute before I got that first text message. Well, Uncle Magnetti. Here we meet again. Since our subscribers clearly have nothing better to do than wait breathlessly for the next anxiety attack masquerading as your content, please allow me to reward their unhealthy curiosity with our historical tale that is so god dang obscure that they're going to feel smart just hearing about it. And if we're being honest with ourselves, which is rare between you and me because we don't really know each other that well, these people, they probably can't find Delaware on a map, let alone Ukraine. And that's on the news every single night. Like, come on. Speaking of special, let's give a big, overly enthusiastic, and definitely undeserved shout out to your very first subscriber, Skyrider 2222. Yes, Skyrider 2222. A username that was obviously chosen by someone who both desperately wants to sound adventurous and mysterious, but also someone who panics when a single street light flickers at night. You know how to pick 'em, bud. Congratulations, Skyrider 2222. You're officially the patient zero in the epidemic that is Uncle Magnetti's so-called entertainment. And now, for the audience's surprise reward. It's actually two parts tonight. Tonight you get a story, but also a little something extra. You're not going to find out what that extra thing is until later. But, oh God, you're going to enjoy that little extra later. Let me tell you that. So, a little historical lesson to complement tonight's spooky texting disaster. The Phantom Telegraph of 1896. You see, way back in 1896, there was this British telegraph operator named Frederick George Creed. Now, Freddy Boy, he was apparently just as neurotic as you lot are today. He began receiving these mysterious late-night messages, and there was no discernible sender. Naturally, Freddy jumped straight to the ghastly conclusions. Does this sound at all familiar? And he spent weeks and weeks and weeks frantically accusing everyone, from colleagues to rival companies, of tampering with his equipment. In the end, guess what? There were no ghosts. There were no conspiracies. No one tampered with a single thing. No, there was just electrical interference and atmospheric static. You see, Freddy Krieg was haunted not by spectral telegraph operators. Oh, but how fun that might have been. No, instead, he was haunted by his own fear, paranoia, and technological incompetence. So, in a weird way, I suppose that makes Freddy Krieg the original oops, pocket dial victim, doesn't it? And now, thanks to Uncle Magnetti and all of you, including you, Skyrider 2222, you get to join poor Freddy Krieg in panicking over mundane technological failures. You're welcome, by the way. New achievement unlocked. Static panic. You're successfully frightened by misunderstanding technology that's been around since before your great-grandparents. Isn't that swell? Sweet dreams, Skyrider 2222 and company. Try not to pocket dial the afterlife tonight. And as for your other reward, just wait. It will be worth it. Uncle Magnetti is watching you. Uncle Magnetti is calling.